Welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, race day, and I did stay off the bike yesterday for the first time in 8 days, and I can't say my legs feel much better for it today. So still definitely going to do the race tonight, but let's see how it goes. I thought I'd grab a hot chocolate and just come out for a walk and have a bit of a chat about a couple of things. Had a few messages this week about how to sign up for the T2.5 rides, and all of our rides except for the Saturday banded ride are set up using the Zwift events module. So all you need is a ride link. You can then click on that, click the little plus, and it adds it to your Zwift companion app as any other Zwift event would be added. To get those links, they are in the video description of the relevant week. So today's video will have all of the ride links for next week. Alternatively, you can sign up to the Facebook group or the Discord channel, and that's where they get posted regularly. Obviously we have a lot of other Facebook chat and stuff going on there as well, so that's probably the best bet via either of those two options, but they'll always be in the description of the relevant week's video. For the Saturday ride, the banded ride, I can only do that through a meetup. So to get an invite to that, you need to, again, a link in the description below or on Facebook or Discord. You link to a Google form or to Spond, where you just click and say you want to come. Then the day before, as long as you're following me in Zwift, I can send you an invite for that ride on Saturday morning. So that, hopefully I've covered all of that off, is how you sign up to our rides. You can also join our Zwift club if you want to. Send me a private message and I'll send an invite to you. Although the functionality in that at the moment isn't quite all the way to, I guess, to where we want it to be. So yeah, those are the options for joining our rides. I stopped recording there for a second because someone was coming the other way, and I still don't have the confidence to talk to a camera, or in this case my phone, when there's other people around. It's just a really weird thing to try and get over if you're doing YouTube videos. But I also wanted to say thank you to all of the channel members, the T2.5 channel members, who contribute monthly towards, supporting the channel. It really does mean an awful lot to me. If it's something that you're interested in, you can do it two ways now. Actually, you can join on YouTube itself, a little join button on this side. I think I've got that right, on this side at the bottom. You can join on there, or you can use Buy Me a Coffee. Again, the link is in the description below, where you can either become a channel member. If you become a channel member, I'll give you a shout out in the next video to say thank you. Or you can just do a one-off support donation thing if you want to as well. But things that support has contributed towards in the past have been some additional storage for my computer. I really didn't know how much space all the video files and encoded files would take up, so did that, and also towards the monthly cost of the video editing and software that I use to produce the videos. So thank you to everybody. It really does mean a lot to have a little bit of a contribution towards those costs every month, so it really means a lot to me, and thank you. Oh, one more thing. First ever T2.5 meetup is going to be at Goodwood Racetrack on the 20th of March. Easiest place to sign up for that is to go to the Goodwood website, £10, pay the £10, and I'll see you there on the day. On the topic of channel members, we have a new channel member. Thank you so much to Dave Taylor for signing up on YouTube to become a channel member on there. Really does mean a lot. But more importantly, Dave has attempted his hour record, and he has snatched the CCAT hour record by 100 metres from Sam Pye. His total distance was 37.46564 metres. Huge congratulations, currently leading the CCAT. If anybody else would like to have a go, the details are in the description below. Get yourself signed up, have a go at that hour record. We've got a few names on there so far, but I'd like to see a few more. It'd be good to see a lot more people giving it a go, and I promise I will also give it a go soon after all the tours finished and all the other stuff. But yes, get yourself signed up and have a go at it. Here we go then, time for the race. Just over 30 seconds to go. Getting the legs moving, and something that I've not done very well the last few races is keep up with the group from the start without having to put a lot of effort in. So I'm going to ramp it right up in a sort of 10 seconds before we go. So I'll probably go a little bit quiet. Won't do a countdown, but we'll start now. Come on. Well, it definitely helped me just start up that the engines a little bit earlier, so to speak. I would never have caught, this is a big D group, I don't think I would have caught them. I was lucky that I got a feather at the bottom of that little 3%er, kind of made that a bit easier. And I didn't realise that on the meetups we start further on up in the course. We've got a long lead-in on this one already as well, and then 3 laps. So this one is going to be a bit of a longer and more endurance racing. Trying to stay with the group for as long as I can. It's going to be vital, and it is a big group. A few people in here today, new people, sorry. P Jennings, G Camstra, and then I mean, it's moving around far too quickly to keep an eye. A Hugenveen, we've got A Lloyd, A Evans, and B Watson, a few others in there. But yeah, my focus is just trying not to lose the back of this group, because we saw in the race last week how vital the drafting is. So come on. I'm struggling to get into a rhythm. It's all the flat out power, all backing off that hill again. I did put a blaster, see that big red block. I want to make sure I didn't lose the group. But I definitely do not feel like I've got fresh legs, despite the day off yesterday. We're a little way around from coming to do the first lap. So we've still got 17 kilometres left. Just hope and try to hold on. Just coming over the line to start the first lap then. G Fat Bike is 2 seconds off the front. I think that's slowly coming down. And then our group, I see the first C Cat S Pi is 6 seconds behind, with N Robinson and C Waring, I think. So they've caught us really quickly this week. Awesome effort considering how big this D group is. Hoping to get a little bit of recovery now. There isn't a hill for a bit. That's why the C's have caught us quite easily. There's a big group of them as well. S Pi, C Waring, MK, P Data. Oh, they've gone off the front, I can't see them. Yeah. Had I been paying more attention, I might have tried to jump on, but I don't think I can. Struggling enough just to keep at this pace at the moment. Although some of the D cats have gone. Okay, so I did put some power to catch up with this C group, because I saw a couple of D's go as well. P Davis, G Fat Bike, P Jennings. So I wanted to try, but I think I'm going to regret that now, getting up this for the first time. Well, I managed to do one lap with the C's. Every time I go into that red zone, my legs are screaming at me. Got a big group here. Where's the B's? I can't see the bees yet, so I don't know where they are. Obviously this group is quite big. And now I've got the C's and the B's, and the D's, or a big chunk of the D's in here as well. Looking back, the next rider back from this group is M. Blundell, 30 seconds back. I just got to hold on if I can, for as long as I can. I can't find any consistency at all. I feel that the consistency level that I need is beyond what I can do. So I'm just giving the power to keep in the group when I can. And then there'll be one point where I just can't. But we got Eric, his ACAT now 19 seconds behind, with JT, C. White, Petter, Jay Bushell, all coming up too. I've got nothing, no feather or anything for this hill. This might be the point where I lose them. There goes Eric through the bunch, and the bees can't be far behind now. Here comes Petter in the bee cat. A couple of other bees about 10 seconds behind. I mean, to catch this huge group is an incredible achievement. Well, I managed another lap with the C group. 5.5 kilometres to go, one more lap. Oh man, come on. Into the final 3k. I'm still hanging on. I'm sure the pace will ratchet up at some point, but oh, my legs are screaming at me. I can't even see who's around or think about where I am. I'm just burying myself and trying to keep in this group. Now I've got to go up that hill again. Oh. So the rest of the bee cat caught us right at the bottom of that hill. Little cheeky wave from Chris White, but as expected, they disappeared as we went over the top. A couple of us ended up slightly behind. A Pimer, C Shan, me and G Fatbike. And I'm even having to struggle a bit just to keep up with these guys. But only 1.2 kilometres left to go. Oh, what a race. Oh. Tried to sprint a bit at the end, but I don't have it. Gee, fat boy, oh, he got that. Oh. What a race. Give me a sec. Oh, I just about recovered. That was so much fun. That split-second decision I made to I wasn't going to latch onto the back of the season. I saw a couple of DCAT riders go and I thought, I've got to give it a go. And I hung on for what, 2.5 maybe laps until we got to that final climb and I was gone. And you can see the power. I mean, that was definitely not the most efficient race. Not the best sort of power structure for me. It was all up and down, but wow, was it fun. And that's all that matters to me. Oh, right, let's have a look through some of the results. Let's move my face up there again, as usual. And then go to the top. And there we go, as usual. Eric, first place, 34 minutes dead. Well, 34.08 in first place. Then Petter in second, 34.15, just 17 seconds behind. Petter, you can ride in the ACAT, come on. C. White in third, 34.16 is the first, well, second BCAT behind Petter. Just a second behind. That must have been fun for the sprint. And I noticed Petter dropped into the C group. So I don't know if he was holding off for a while or what, but Chris in third, JT in fourth, 34.16. Again, split second. Look at all this. This is what I don't like when I'm so into my own race. I miss the sprinting at the end. And then, yeah, back to N. Robinson, 34.17, and just behind C. Waring. C. Groves, again, just a few, less than a second back, just over a second back. Jay Bushel in ninth, exactly the same time as C. Groves. S. Pye, 34.23. P. Davies, 34.27, and I think first decat over the line. We're going by our normal 2.7 watts per kilogram. That's probably a CCAT result, but awesome effort. And it was crazy just jumping onto that group. So much fun. A. Pimer, 34.39. C. Shand, 34.43. I just pipped G. Fatbite to the line. There was a moment I thought I might be able to catch C. Shand, and I was going to put another bit of effort down, and I saw he did. So I was like, that held me off putting any more effort in, and nearly got pipped by G. Fatbike on the line. MK in 16th, 34.46. Look how close these results are. What a race. C. Finlayson, 35 minutes. R. Oz in 18th, just a couple of seconds behind N. Corbin. P. Jennings, 35.21. C. Swan in 21st. J. Simpson, 22nd. C. Cross, just a second behind in 23rd. G. Evans, 24th. R. Hamilton, 25th, 38.01. M. Blundell, 26th in 38. How does that work? R. Hamilton, 38.01. M. Blundell, 38. That's a bit weird. D. Howarth, 38.46. And I think, just to wait to see if anyone else comes over the line, but to see how that is such a mix of people in different places. So lots of C's high up, a couple of D's, and then there's A's and B cats further down. Just shows like that draft that pretty much, I guess, the biggest group and probably held most of the riders for the longest period, just changes it. And how I kept up with that group, I don't know. I do not know. We've had some more over the line. A. Evans, 39.27. Exactly the same time as A. Hoogeveen. And then a split second back to A. Lloyd and to B. Watson. I'm going to have to find a different way of recording the race so that I can try and catch some of these sprints at the end, because they're so much fun to watch. And on that last lap, I didn't even know where I was. I was just trying to keep up in that group. I had no idea what category was where, who'd been past us, who hadn't. I was just focused on getting my legs going for as long as I possibly could. But what a race, and what an awesome course for that race as well. Really, really enjoyed it. I'll hang around for a couple of minutes, or we've just had somebody else over the line. J. McDougall, 32nd, 40 minutes and 25.9. I'll tell you what, I'll hang around for a minute, see if anyone else comes across and give out some ride-ons. I've had D. Taylor coming in 33rd. I am going to do my usual, go and have some dinner, have a shower, and we'll catch up afterwards. Look at that. Oh, wow. Maybe all the recent riding has had a good impact, even though my legs didn't feel like it today. 267. Come on. Come on. Wow, I loved that race. I'm still buzzing now. I'm actually recording this on Saturday. I'm still buzzing about that increase and that race. I don't know where it came from. Just the determination and will to stay in that big group of riders got me over the line. Brilliant result for me in terms of positioning in the race. Brilliant result in terms of FTP increase. And I just really loved it. Huge congratulations to everybody racing there. The sprints at the end, such a shame I didn't get to see them. But just to have so many people in the race and so many people in that blob, it was so much fun. I did jump on again yesterday, Friday, to do the final stage of the Tour de Zwift. I do still have stage 1 to go back and do, and a couple of the others I actually did the shorter ride, so I need to check when the catch-ups are, but I've got to do at least stage 1, but I might do a couple of the other longer routes as well, so still get those in. But the route yesterday was around, I really don't like riding in New York. It was the Knickerbocker route in New York, which goes up and does the climb up to the glass elevated section and back down again. That climb is a bit of a beast of a climb in terms of just how it kind of goes up and then levels off and up, levels off and up again. But I did it. Did it in my my lunch break yesterday. In and around an hour mark, I didn't go particularly strong. I just sat it again. As I'm trying to do on some of my rides now, is just get on to ride the bike rather than pushing myself really hard. But to again jump on after the race the previous day, I'm clearly now have the body ability, strange way of saying it, but to be able to do multiple days on the bike, which is really good. And then this morning as well, we did the Saturday banded meetup ride. We went up the volcano. I made a bit of a mistake. I picked a route that I can't pick. It was an event only route that I can't pick in a meetup. So we ended up going up the volcano, which was good fun anyway. It's good to get that climb done. We haven't done it in a little while. And just had the chat on Discord. We had a great chat this morning on the Discord channel. A few new people to the rides and the races this week, so welcome everybody. And we got up to the volcano. We had a bit of a problem with the band, and I think a couple of people joined late. Went a bit weird, so I thank you to everybody who stopped at the top to allow everyone to come back together and join in with the band, and then carry on with the ride. So another good ride to get under my belt as well. So I've had another really positive couple of days on the bike. I'm really happy. I just need to, this motivation is what I need to continue to carry on getting on the bike. I feel it's a bit of a shame that the Tour de Zwift is finishing, because that has been a real motivator for me to get on and do rides. I've done no riding that isn't for a reason, either one of our T2.5 rides or the Tour de Zwift. So it's going to be a shame when that goes away. But I'm also tomorrow is the Royal Pump Room 8 in Yorkshire for our Tour of Yorkshire races. So that's going to be over an hour. It does basically every route around Yorkshire backwards and forwards. So I don't think it's one I'm going to be able to race. I'm just going to do it as strong as I can, and then if I end up at some point either catching someone or in with a group or whatever, I'll decide what to do on the fly. But that is tomorrow. Our rides next week, obviously I mentioned at the start of the video how to join these rides. Links are all in the description below, but the rides this week coming are Tuesday night's Tuesday Trundle. We split that into two groups. We have the faster group, which we run under the C-Cap banner, and the D-Cap banner is a slower route, which is the one that I lead myself, and we just take it nice and easy. 1 to 1.5 watts per kilogram on it might be a slightly hillier route this week because we're running out of flat routes to do, but that's what we do on a Tuesday night. Thursday night we're back to race night, and this week is the TT. It is TT race week this week, so that's where we just jump on TT bikes, don't benefit from any draft, and it that often leads to some interesting racing as well. Then Saturday morning we have our banded group ride. That's the one that's really good for beginners because it bands us all together. Doesn't matter if you're doing 50 watts per kilogram, maybe, or half a watt per kilogram. It keeps everybody in the same group. and just jump on Discord and have a chat as well. And then next Sunday is stage 4 of the Tour of Yorkshire. All of those links are in the description below. Get yourself signed up and I'll see you on those. As I said, I'm really happy with how my cycling is progressing at the moment. Hopefully it will continue, and hopefully we'll see continued weight loss. Unfortunately this week I've stayed the same. Really quite disappointed. I can only put it down to going out with my wife last week, having a Nando's and a couple of beers and a couple of drinks. The rest of the time I've been relatively okay food wise, so bit of a disappointment, but at least the riding is going in the right direction. But that is the end of this week's video. If you have enjoyed it, do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.